Alright, we are back and we have a new version of the deck. We're back to 80 card Yorion pile. We are trying the new Singularity, but we're keeping the Ancient Cornucopia and the Biotech Specialist from previous iterations here. So this hand definitely needed a land. Let's see what our opponent takes with the Fortsies. I should have known there would be a Fortsies on turn 1, Liliana Sleeves. Right, so let's get this tap land out of the way. They take our Cornucopia out of respect, and fully agree with that. Oh yes, we're also running Shiko, Paragon of the Way. Good time for drawing it. This is here because I like the ability to just literally go, if Valky dies, we can cast Shiko, cast it from the graveyard, get it back. Also, I like being able to emergency get a buyback off a card. It's a test, but it's one that I think has been fairly successful. I don't think it's going to replace... Ooh, okay, right. Let's shock in. It's time for a Bring to Light here. And we're going to have to grab potentially a Board Wipe or something else. Or do we go for the Valky play? I'm tempted by everything here. Actually, what I'm looking at, and I think it's one of the best plays, we're going to go Valky here. And we're going to use the trick with Shiko. So, we gain 2 life. Valky, let's plus. Because now if they want to kill it, they have to throw everything at it. And if they do throw everything at it... yeah, here we go. 8 damage on it. That's fine with us. Probably should have got a Board Wipe there, but I also wanted to take out the reflections here. They probably just open the Ritual Chamber. Right, there's a Fear of Missing Out. Cycling a land. Opens a Ritual Chamber, so we're going to start taking 2 here. There's a Duress, which will take our Cosmic Rebirth. It's the only viable target. Or we go for the Niv Mizzet for the reload here. What do I do in this situation? Yeah, we have to reload. I've decided to try without the, ooh, it's a low reload. We're just going to keep the reload voice tab. I had got a bit excessive to the point where I was doing like 12 a turn. Right, there goes the Lightning Helix. Opponent shocks in. They copy the Demon here. Interesting. They double swing in with the Demons. I'll happily trade with the 1 Demon. Okay. They are down to 1 card in hand. They're going to have to animate the Mutavault here. They didn't. Interesting. Alright, let's play a Biotech Specialist. Not gain life here. We'll gain the life for casting Shikai. I'm putting the Biotech down for the Lander token and the ability to have some fodder here. Also, I like that the Shiko can get back the Ancient Cornucopias or the Widespread Feveries. But let's grab Tybalt. I love that the tokens have better art than the regular cards because the tokens for some reason get all the expanded arts. Let's take the Reflections here because it's too powerful to leave on the board. And Fable of the Mirror Breaker is just really good in general to have. And they concede because they can't get through. Well, they could have got through, but they would have to sack the Mutavault. So yeah, Singularity, Widespread Feveries. We are down to 3 Widespread Feveries here and 3 Cornucopias. I'm trying these numbers. I'm also using Wandering Mind to dig for other stuff. So we're going to take out Valky here. And I'm going to take out Supreme. I'm not sure. I'm thinking Supreme and Shiko might be interchangeable. There are definitely times, like for example against the Phoenix matchup, where Supreme is, well, Supreme. But Shiko against other matchups where maybe we'll just run 1-on-1 going forward. Shiko works really well against opponents where we just need a body and additional spell. Right, we'll definitely keep a No More Lies here. We have Double Helix for the early interaction. If we find a Widespread Fever here, I think it's going to... Yeah, that's good. We got our 3rd land. There's a Blood Type Harvester. So let's hold up the interaction for their 3 drop, because their 3 and 4 drops here are going to be pretty big. If they don't play anything, we'll just Helix in the end step. Well, yeah, let's just Helix the Blood Harvester, keep their board presence down. Ooh, yeah, we play a tap land here and hold back. we can use either the Helix or the No More Lies as required. So Blade of the Oni will put us back down to 17. Or their Shieldred, there it is, yep, nope, 100% countering that. Right, play a land tap to get this Widespread Thievery down. Miss on anything big we want to cast. I'm going to put the land under it just in case they have Invoke Despair. That is a real potential sideboard here in the Rakdos decks. Swing in, put us down to 14. Alright, so Bring to Light with Widespread Thievery means we'll get 2 treasure, so we'll be able to cast anything here. Let's get the reload, and I'm going to remember the button. Reload. It was the deal. Alright, No More Lies. I will take a Joshua because we have a Helix in hand. And we have a Vanishing Verse for anything too bad there. There's a Go for the Throat, so Niv is dead, unfortunately. But we do have the Singularity Rupture here. It might be fun to actually use it. Right, we'll discard this land because with the Widespread active, we're pretty sorted. I'm going to take the hit here until the end step, and then we'll Lightning Helix. Reason for that is I was just scared what this last card in the hand could be. It could be a big deploy that could take us out. So we'll use Wandering Mind here. Make a treasure. Finds us nothing. 5 lands, so I'm just happy we got through those lands. We'll hold up a No More Lies here for anything big and scary. Our opponent, Withering Torment, they did bring in enchantment removal. Yeah, we'll let that go. Not a big deal here. They pass back, so let's play a land tapped. Play the second Wandering Mind, see if we can find any action. There's a good one, so we can replay the Widespread Thievery, but we're going to hold up the No More Lies here. Because even if we can't fully counter it, like if they have a Shieldred and they draw another land, we at least force them to tap out for their turn. Oh, but they didn't have anything they concede, so good showing there for the deck. Alright, immediately in, we're missing turn 1, and we're up against Izzet Creativity here. Now, I don't figure out immediately that it's Creativity, so I keep a relatively slow hand here. But the Assassin's Trophy could take out anything big. The Deduce instantly reveals it, because they're clearly making tokens. There's Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So, we'll play this Watery Grave tapped, and I'm going to shut the window because it's middle of the night and dogs are barking. Right. Big thing here is we really don't have... Well, the Supreme Verdict from the Bring to Light will be great against whatever they tutor. The big thing is they're probably going to get a Traxa Valgavoth. Yep, here's the Creativity. We'll destroy one of the tokens here. They get a red, which is interesting. That means they don't have counters. They take an Atraxa. They don't get much of that from the look of it. Yeah, they take a Prismari Command, a land, and something else. Oh, just Prismari Command and land. So, in response to that, we will Bring to Light. The best bet in this scenario is just literally grab Valky, and we will just exile the Atraxa for later. They can kill this easily with the Prismari Command, but we could Shiko it back if we want to. But we gotta see what our opponent has here. We have seen that they have some counters. Yep, there's a Prismari Command making another token. They pass back. Biotech Specialist is there. Let's play Shiko, see if it gets countered. Yep, there's the sensor. Right. So, we're on to our opponent here. They have another Creativity for 1. That's good for us because that means they must have potentially only one other potential thing for it. Alright, so let's play our land. Let's play this Atraxa that they had because it's a huge life living Death Touch. Oh, this is a good hit. So, land, artifact, creature, enchantment, instant, and sorcery. Oh, did we not? I didn't pick up the... yep. My bad. I realized I did not pick up the creature. So, interesting thing here. I'm going to discard Joshua because I'm hoping that they don't realize Joshua stuff. Joshua is a good tempting target for this deck because they want to loot, so they do play it. Now, here's the big thing. I am really fingers crossed hoping that they activate and flip Joshua because there are so many people on Arena that don't understand the interaction of exile it and return it under its owner's control. The problem is when it leaves the battlefield, it checks who the owner of the card is, not who has the current control of it. Right, so let's hide away. Put another hideaway card under there. Let's play the Ancient Cornucopia here, because I realize we don't have double red. We'll then play the Wandering Mind, see if they bait out another spell for us. There's a Censor. Puts a Wandering Mind under it. We'll just make a treasure. We'll attack in here, because eventually they will be forced to block with the Valgavoth, and the 7 life gain is very relevant. There's a Prismari command, again, blowing up the Cornucopia. They cycle a Censor. Play the Cornucopia. Play the Wandering Mind. Go down to 5 life. So they have to now block with the attract. Oh, but they find an Unable to Scream. Right, that turns off our thing. They copy the Wandering Mind, so they have a great synergy here. Finding another Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. And you can see them reading it. They swing in. Hit us down to 14, go back up to 14 themselves. Play the Temple of Epiphany, play the Fable. Alright. We don't have a lot here, so let's shock in. Play the Biotech Specialist. We will activate, triggering the Widespread Thievery, looking for... Alright, we can take Supreme, that'll give us some legs. Checking what's available. So we are not currently dead because we can Helix what they try to copy. They go for a Volcanic Spike to take out the Atraxa in case we had action for it. But that's fine, because it goes to their graveyard, not our graveyard, so Valgavoth doesn't steal it. And here our opponent throws it away. They activate the Joshua, yeah. So it comes back under my control. People don't realize how this works. So we now have this. They swing in. We'll take the 9 here. We have the Helix. We have to respond by killing anything that they try to copy with Reflections. Phoenix will deal 2 damage. We're going to Helix them and copy the Niv-Mizzet Supreme here. So we cast Niv-Mizzet Supreme. We have 3 lands, which is really good for us because it's just basically going to give us more stuff. Right. Let's bring to light. Sacrificing our treasure with the Biotech Specialist to discard a card. We're dealing damage with the Biotech. They go for the copy here. We will respond with the Assassin's Trophy to kill the Wandering Mind, discarding a land. We could have took out the Valgavoth here, I realise. I really didn't play this very well in hindsight. Valgavoth may have protection here, but it's not going to be enough because we could have just sacked a bunch of treasures. Man, that is so stupid on my part. I should have took that out a long time ago. And we actually have lethal here. Wow, I didn't realize we had lethal. Yeah, down to 1. We bring to light. An opponent concedes because we can just crack a treasure in response. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that was on me. I thought that was a tighter play because of the Joshua thing, but watching it back now, wow, I really screwed that up. I could have killed that Valgavoth so much earlier. I forgot it's 3 non-land permanents, and the treasure tokens count. So, PSA for anyone playing against Creativity and you see Valgavoth or Reanimator. If you have treasure tokens, remember you can sack them to the ward cost. Good lord. They would have also then triggered the Biotech, which is an interesting interaction I never thought of. Right. Opponent is taking their time considering here. That was a really good... Oh, PSA while we're doing this. We're going up to 5 matches now. We're going to put a budget video in the middle to try and promote other Pioneer things. But there'll be 5 matches in each thing. And I'll try to have as much diversity as possible for my week playing ranked. Just to see as much of the format as possible. Alright, so we keep a full 7 with a counterspell. Let's play a land pass back. We can Vanishing Verse anything they play, but we can't stop that. Right, there's their 3rd land they pass back. Play a land tapped. Should have probably played that untapped because, oh, there's a shark. This Clarion looks pretty good now. Depends if they go for it. Right, in response we'll Vanishing Verse. That goes away. While we're tapped out, are they going to go for a 1? They do indeed go for a Creativity on 1. Hit a Portal to Phyrexia, which is interesting because we can just Assassin's Trophy that. We will ramp them, but they don't have a token to sack right now, which is okay. Interesting inclusion in their deck. Let's play the Biotech Specialist here, because cracking the Lander token to get our 5th land will just feel good. There's a 4/4 Shark coming from the Shark Typhoon. There's a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They're holding up interaction. So, in response, let's crack the Lander token. Hit him down to 17. Get our missing land. Oh, the board wipe would be so good here because what we could do is... Right, so, we'll play Niv Reborn because they probably have Censor. Yep, that's fine. So we can hold back. They don't... Interesting. We'll block the Biotech on the token. There's a Prismari command. So I made a bunch of treasure, but I don't see anything too bad. Right, let's bring to light. They have Spell Pierce. Of course they do. We cast it the wrong way around there. Opponent swings in. Puts us down to 6. Indomitable Creativity for 2. Find Sire. Yeah, we can call it there. Sire's going to get rid of our hands. We won't have answers. Fortunately, yeah, that was on me. I misplayed the hell out of that. Singularity Rupture would be so good right now because literally, if we could just mill half their deck, we would definitely probably hit the 2 big things they could get. Okay, so this hand is too slow, so let's pass it back. Not the greatest here. We'll play a tap land. They play a tap land back. We'll play a tap land. Second land for them. We'll play a land, pass back. We're going to play around now the potential Censor. Yeah, see, there's a Censor. Okay, shock in. Now that we have the Cosmic Rebirth, we'll try the Ancient Cornucopia. So we have 2 mana available. There's a Censor again. See, played around it perfectly. Opponent plays the land, passes back. We'll play the Biotech Specialist here, gain 2 life. Just guarantees us our land drop. And eventually maybe damage if we find the other half of it. They make a Phyrexian token, which can't block. Play a land. In response to their end step, when they can't Creativity, we'll just crack this Lander token. Play a second Biotech Specialist. This is going to be 4 damage per drop. There's a cycle of a 3rd Censor. I'm getting the feeling that they've drawn all of their counter magic, but it's all dependent on us not... We're going to hold back here. They make another, and then we'll respond with a Helix. So they might just go now for Creativity. Yeah, they have the mana for it. There's a Creativity. We'll go for the Veto. So we can't counter it. They can't counter it back with their Negate that they're probably holding. Right. We'll grab Yorion into hand, play the land, tapped, and attack in. Puts them down to 16. And they concede. They clearly didn't have anything good in game 3. Ooh, 1 land opener? Hell no. Mulligan to, a perfect Biotech into Widespread. We'll get rid of the Niv, hoping that this, there's the Fortsies. So, what do you take? They take the Counterspell, showing no respect to our Biotech Specialist. Well, we'll make them regret that. Oh, it's Rakdos Demons again. So, we'll make the Biotech Specialist. We pass back. There's the go for the Throat. Shock in. Play the Widespread Thievery. We'll take the Ancient Cornucopia for the life gain. Opponent goes to 3 lands. Plays a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We get another land. We will play... I'm trying to consider our options here. I'm not gonna... do I? You know what? I'm going to let them loot here. Fable is eventual value. I just... Ooh, there's a Croaxer. Well, that shuts off our plan to mill. I'm glad we held this. Right, Croaxer's gone. We'll take the attack here. We'll Vanishing versus the Demon. Makes us a treasure. We are going to go down to 10. Then we can crack the land a token in end step to just fix our mana here. Alright, we'll get the white, just guarantee that we've got everything. Then we'll bring to light. And you know what time it is. Here he comes, makes a treasure for the cast. We take the Singularity Rupture, which is an interesting choice by me because I suddenly realized that they have Croaxer, so we'll just play the land and pass back. We actually have enough mana now to, no word of a lie, Yorion Blink, Yorion to hand and Blink in a single turn. By the way, this was someone at the door, I like to point out here, which is why I roped for a bit there. So there's a fear of missing out. Interesting that they're deploying into a full hand here. They have the kill spell for the Niv. In response, I'm just going to Helix the token so they don't have the colors for the Croaxer. There's the go for the throat, which is fine. Right, there's a Supreme Verdict, which is less, but we will just Singularity Rupture here. I want to see more of their deck, and as we see here, there's... we'll pass it back. They Thoughtseize us, and they take a Verdict. They activate the Mutavault, hit us down to 11. Well, we're drawing lands, so that's interesting. We'll pass back. There's another land for them. They don't have a basic swamp yet. Whoa. I did not realize it was that dire for them. Right, let's board wipe, and then in response to the board wipe, let's cast the Ancient Cornucopia to start gaining life. We stole a Cornucopia to gain life. Right, all we need to do is... Uh-oh, there's a Shieldred, but we get a Niv, so you know what time it is. Gain 5 life, make a treasure. Reload. Oh, Biotech, baby. Right, first Vanishing Verse. 100% Vanishing Verse. Then Biotech. Oh, we were going to Biotech you. Show you some stuff. Well, we got the Singularity Rupture down. It was an interesting choice. I can't believe I did it in that moment. I suppose they were struggling for land, so I thought maybe if I mill half their deck and they lose some of their lands. Singularity Rupture is definitely a really fun. I also love the design of it, where it's any number of target players, because it gets around one of the biggest pet peeves I've had with Magic design recently, where everything is designed for Commander, so everything invalidates ley lines and hexproof effects, because everything's like each opponent, because we want Commander players to play it. I want them to use that going forward. Any number of target opponents all the time. Alright, they go for the Duress. They have two options, a K Command or a Maelstrom Pulse. They take the Pulse, so let's shock, get the Biotech down. I had someone asking why do I have Edgar in the deck in the comments. I have Edgar in the deck for matches like this because what happens in matches like this is, unless they sideboard in enchantment removal, they can't just cleanly kill Edgar. So we're going to play him while we can, gain 2 life. So now it takes a removal spell and an enchantment kill spell because black doesn't run exile yet. Probably will with the whole gotta give Commander players everything. But what it will do though is, yep, there's a Fable. They draw a card, lose a life, play a land. Let's play the Wandering Mind, draw in a card. Bring to light, definitely. We'll keep the lands because we want to make sure we can K Command if the situation calls for it. Our opponent discards 2, clearly looking for a Thoughtseize effect. There's the Thoughtseize effect, unfortunately. Right, they go down to 10. They are close to dead, though. Right, we're going to keep the K command in hand here for a simple reason. We're not... oh yeah, I remember. We block. Then they play a Shieldred, which is fine. Because in their end step, they don't activate the Mutavault. So in response, we'll return the Wandering Mind and force them to discard. We were going to Mutavault, but... We're going to take out the Mutavault, but we really need to dig for a way to kill the Shieldred. Wandering Mind will gain 2 life back to negate the Shieldred. Also, Edgar's a great roadblock for Shieldred because blocks it. Right, there's a Helix. Attack in. If they block, then yep, it's 4. Shocker land in. Right, they flip the Fable. There's an Unholy Annex. They better... Ooh. Thinking about the best option here. We can definitely land a token Helix, or we can cycle Helix. Right, there's a Blade of the Oni. So we'll wait. Triggers on the stack. Let's Lightning Helix the Blade of the Oni. This will force him to crack their treasure to activate the Mutavault. Yep. But we did gain 5 life here. Right, they're back up to 14. Well, we're drawing a lot of lands, so let's cycle again. Widespread Thievery. Sure, let's play the Thievery. Gain a life. Singularity Rupture. If we get lucky, we can cast that. Okay. I should definitely have cracked the Lander token here, if I'm remembering right. They have the Blood Tithe loop now, so they can wipe our boards here. So, yeah. Right, there's Anoint with Affliction to exile. See, doesn't kill Edgar. They hit us down to 14. We clearly remember the Lander token just to thin out the deck. Alright, grab that. Opponent draws 2. They're back up to 24. We draw nothing but lands, so screw it. Gain 2 life. Blink. We'll keep the Singularity Rupture because it's a good hand to have over. Right. They have enough now to Blood Tithe take out again. Yeah, they have a triple Blood Tithe now, so they can kill 2 of our creatures. So they kill the Yorion, clone the Blood Tithe Harvester. And I remember the ending of this match now. Right, so we just need 1 multicolor spell here to save us. So, multicolor spell, cyclable lands, anything like that to save us, give us a shot. Right, we chomp with the token. And we're an 80 card deck. So, you know, we run a ton of things here. I mean, we wouldn't draw another Widespread Thievery because, you know, one of 3, you know, 6 spells in the deck that don't trigger, and we drew it. I was so mad. I was like, are you serious, game? So, with that in mind, let's drop the Biotech. We need the Biotech down early. They go for the Thoughtseize here. Take the Vanishing Verse. We will just get Biotech. We were both here for a rank up game, so I was ready to just assume that we were just losing. Yep. There's a Thoughtseize again. Fatal Push. Taking a lot of damage here. Shock that in, pass it back. We can cycle a land if we have to. There's a Blade of the Oni. I don't have white, so I'm tilted here. So let's land a token. Grab white. Ancient Cornucopia is good, so we'll play the Ancient Cornucopia, shock in, pass back. Our opponent goes to a Fear of Missing Out, will Vanishing Verse the Oni Blade, gain 2. They discard a Fable, looking for their next land. We have all of their lands, interestingly enough. There's their 3rd land. They go for a Fable here, so we'll cycle a land. We'll cycle a land. Yep, okay, I get it, game. Well, we'll just cast a Supreme Verdict. Put a Yorion into hand. We'll just have to see what happens here. They sack a Blood Toke. They still don't have a mountain though. They play a K command. Yep, discard land, put the Yorion. Find another land, pass it back. Like, I'm looking at this like, what the heck game? Right, yeah, as well. Second PSA for... Yep, look at this. Gain 2 life, put Yorion into play for the sake of no other reason other than we're just going to aggro them out. And this is me counting how many lands I've drawn this game. Right, so PSA for people that play Arena. When you activate a land to a creature, then copy it like the opponent's doing here, it comes in as it would come in as a land. It doesn't do anything. Right, we're going to just attack in here. It's put him down to 7. They have a Fable, so we are dead to double reflections. They have a Shieldred here. They copy the token. They go and attack in. They have 1 card in hand here. They play a tap land, so we know they have nothing now. So we pass, draw the Helix, and we got luckiest top deck of our life. Let's Helix and hit them down to dead. Whew, good game. Very close in the end there. Alright, this deck was spicy from I'm a Cow Moo. And yeah, legit, this match, I am not going to talk about our deck really. I'm going to talk about their deck because this deck was a sick idea. And I really want to see more people play. So we mulligan down to 5, which isn't really great. So they start with a Blooming Marsh and they come with Thoughtseize. So I'm like, okay, Golgari. They take the widespread, which is interesting. Play a second land, and I'm like, what is this? What is this land? What is this guy doing? It's a Jund deck, clearly. Breakout, and I'm like, interesting. And they find Goyf, and they hit me for 1. I'm like, that's cute. What are you doing with a Goyf? Nothing too scary, I bet. And then Demonic Bargain, exile 13 cards, turning it into a 13-4. And I'm just like, that's sick. I love it. And we die to that. Yeah, that was a... So this is Goyf Demonic Bargain. So for those who don't know, Demonic Bargain is a 3-mana tutor that literally reads, exile the top 13 cards of your library, then search for a card. And I'm just like... Oh, that literally just reads, give Goyf a metric ton of power. Like, I've seen people experiment with Delve for Goyf, but I'm just like, that's sick. Like, I'm going to probably put in the description that this is the spicy deck that people need to look at. Alright, so turn 1 Thoughtseize. So the ideal play for this deck is turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Goyf, turn 3 Demonic Bargain, and you can Demonic Bargain for more Goyf. I'm just like, wow, I love this deck. They're also running Croaxer. We'll get rid of the Singularity Rupture, and we'll play a land tapped and pass back. Oh, sorry, we'll play a land holding up a cycle if we have to and pass back. There's a Goyf. So I'm going to try and kill this. Do they have protection? They do. Snakeskin's Veil. We draw another Helix though, so we'll kill it immediately. That was a lucky top deck if I've ever had one. But yeah, this is... I really like the idea of this deck. Demonic Bargain, exiling 13 cards. And they tutor a card. Right, so let's grab a Reborn here. Oh, yep. I was so taken away by how spicy our opponent's deck was, I completely forgot to hit that. Claim to Fame as well. Like this is chef's kiss. This deck is sick. A Claim to Fame Croaxer Goyf Demonic Bargain deck. Like, take notes, people. There is still innovation to be had in Pioneer, and people, I am loving this. So we'll play a tap land, and we'll go for the Bring to Light here. And I think we took out the Valky, which is unfortunate. So looking at what our opponents have here, I think our best bet is just to, well, we're holding our board wipe, which is even more unfortunate. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab Shiko, and then we'll grab the Helix, cast the Helix, killing the Inti, and we can block the Cosmogoyf as long as they don't have trample. Then we'll have enough to cast this, so we'll block Cosmogoyf. We're going to board wipe anyway. Right. In response then, Supreme Verdict. Feel bad for that, but it's cool. So claim Fame Cosmogoyf, like, we'll grab the Cosmic Rebirth because we can get back Niv Mizzet here. Demonic Bargain, getting rid of another 13 cards to tutor up a card. Probably another Claim to Fame. No, it's another Cosmogoyf, which is now a 27-28. Like, so sick. I love this. Alright, we're just going to hold back and hope they don't have a way to kill our Wandering Mind here. Yep, we'll block with a Wandering Mind. If they have a way to give trample, we are so dead, but I love it. I love it. Okay, they are clearly going for the Croaker from the graveyard. In response, we'll discard the Vanishing Verse. It really doesn't do anything here. Our opponent is very low on library here, so we'll grab Niv Mizzet Reborn. Interesting line, we could have grabbed Shiko, cast Shiko, reborn, grab the Cosmic Rebirth, and then we'll Singularity to mill half their deck, which is about 8 cards, and we'll grab more things to cast. We will then cast, yep, so they can get a Croaker back here. So yep, there's a Croaker. We'll discard the No More Lies here. This deck was so sick. I really wish we had more of this. So we'll attack with Niv, then we'll grab Yorion, cast Yorion. We'll blink Niv Mizzet for the reload. Rehide away, put a biotech under there, and our opponent can see the value of it, and we get a Niv freeze on the frame. Yeah, Culling Ritual comes in. So this is Croaker, Cosmogoyf, Claim to Fame, Demonic Bargain. Like, 100% this is the spiciest deck I've run into on Pioneer in a while. I've seen people experimenting with Delve spells for Cosmogoyf and it's really good, but this was just like breakout. I really love what they were cooking with this one. Like, if anyone could find me this deck list, I would love to, like, I just want it spread because it's fun to see innovation. Right, they take the Biotech Specialist, so we'll pass back. Opponent shocks in. Play a Cosmogoyf for a 1/1. Play a tap land. If they have the Demonic Bargain here, we are in big trouble. Nope, they just have a fear of missing out. Play a land. Second Thoughtseize. They take Joshua. Very unfortunate. Alright, so we get lucky with this, so we're going to unmoored Ego. And we're going to name the Demonic Bargain. Because that's the quickest way they can give 13 power. Looking at their hand. So it's Claim to Fame, Fears, things. We take out the free Demonic Bargains. We will make the Cosmogoyfs free 4s, but they can't now make them out of nowhere like 13-13s just kick our face. They break out and miss. We'll play the Ancient Cornucopia, play a land tapped. If we can bring to light into Niv, we can get a huge turn here. There's a Croaker, so we're going to have to take 3 here and drop a land. They hit us down to 7, so we're going to play a land here, go for the Bring to Light, decline to do that, grab Niv Mizzet Reborn, go for the reload, gain 5 life, and yeah, we get a full spread of 6 or 7, so we have board wipes, ways out of this, whatever we need. Right, shock in, then we can Bring to Light again. And I'm thinking I'm going to Bring to Light here. And our opponent concedes. We would have grabbed Shiko and redone the Cosmic. Yeah, this deck was sick. My favorite deck in this video. Alright, it's our final match of this video. And I have no idea if the Cosmogoyf video was the first or the 4th. I'm definitely leaning towards I should have put that definitely on the 4th. Put it in the 3rd because it was a really sick deck. Alright, so we got another Rakdos deck here. And at the time I'm thinking, okay, this is clearly Rakdos midrange, so I'm like, I'm going to name Shieldred the Apocalypse. And I'm like, oh no, this is a Rakdos Indomitable Creativity deck. Okay, right, change mission. We need green mana like yesterday. So we'll just Wandering Mind here. Find a No More Lies. That's going to be good to hold against the potential. But they find another Thoughtseize. So let's shock a land in. We don't have anything yet, so we'll grab the Yorion, attack in with a Wandering Mind. We want to force them to kill it before we go for the blink. So let's attack in. Pass. Did we cast Yorion? No, we pass back here. They go for a rat out here, so in response, we're going to make them discard and we're going to kill it ourselves because we don't want them getting a token. They discard the push. So if we can just draw a single... Oh, they have an Omnixilus. They make a token. We're going to exile that token so they can't use it for the Indomitable. We find green. We'll play Yorion here. This will bait out removal, hopefully. We'll just decline and take 2 here. Yep, there's a Heartless Act. And there's a Niv Mizzet, so yeah, we will just cast that off the bat. Good spread of cards. Removal, and yep. I'm going to decline and take damage here. There's a Fable, so they now have plenty of tokens. Let's play a land tapped. Let's Helix the Omnixilus. Attack in, put him down to 6. So they have to do something to kill Niv now. So shock in, attack in. We will... Alright, yeah, we'll Cosmic Rebirth, grab the Wandering Mind. That will let us look at the top 6. We'll take a Bring to Light. I screwed up. I should have had that for the blocking of the token. I did it too late. They Indomitable for 2 here, and we hit another... Reload. Right, but in hindsight though, I have learnt from my previous turn. So... I've learnt here, I'm looking through my hand for answers for this Valgavoth, and then I realise its ward is sack free non-land permanents. So what I can do is cast the Biotech Specialists. Yeah, free non-land permanents, this is where I figure it out. And then we Vanishing Verse, and then we sack the free tokens. Valgavoth goes away, they go down to 4, and we attack in and kill them down to -2. Yes, so PSA from the earlier video, Exhibit B here. This is another matchup where literally, no word of a lie, just drawing our dang Singularity Rupture or being able to cast it would rip house. I'm going to go, yeah, I took out Edgar because Edgar's whole ability of flipping and coming back is useless in the face of a Valgavoth. Because the entire Valgavoth just literally says, nah, that ain't gonna happen. Well, we get turn 1 Thoughtseize, so we're not keeping this Dovin's Veto. Oh, they take out the Niv, which is interesting. So we'll shock in, hold up this Veto. They go for a Fable, so we will take care of that. Well, we're drawing lands. It's good to know that we're Thoughtseize covered. And we're not even drawing cyclable lands, which is really fun. There's Case of the Casts. Yeah. Yep, there's more lands. We'll grab this Yorion, because I'm guessing the Arena Shuffler wants us to have that. Alright, they're milling, making tokens. Yay, we've drew a Niv. So we will reload. Alright, play a land, discard a land, because, yeah, insanity. Say minus to shrink Niv. Then torch the tower, sacking to ping him. Make another token. Cast another torch the tower to kill Niv. They solve the case. So, let's bring to light for 5. I think we reload again. We just need more actual choices. Alright, there we go. There's good. So, we will Vanishing Verse. Take out that Liliana, because she's going to ultimate. Discard a land, pass it back. They'll gain 2 life, play a land, search this case of the stash, the case that gives them a tutor to Creativity for 1, finding their Valgavoth. I mean, we have the Supreme Verdict, so we'll use that. Then we'll play a bio. No, we'll pass back. Because we've got to kill this token if we can. Right, we will make them discard. We'll add this Niv-Mizzet back to our hand. There's a Portal to Phyrexia gone. Play a land tap and they concede to, I don't know, good games.